JoCo Community Radio. From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, JoCo Community Radio. From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, JoCo Community Radio.
Let's be honest, wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair, the world's lightest wheelchair, is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
Wilfred Brimley for Loafing Dog.
I'm Wilfred Brimley for Loafing Dog. You know, when I get the hankering for a hot dog, I go to Cleveland, Texas. Just a couple blocks off the square, they got Loafing Dog. They got the Neely Dog, the Mary Sunshine Dog, the Casey Dog, and the Shirley Dog. Why, they even got the Pacer Dog, the Brooklyn Dog, and the Jim Dog. Can't forget the Shane Dog, or the Joy Dog, and the Monty Dog. I like that fool. Then the Kia Dog and the Braxton Dog round things off. Why, they even got a kids menu too.
Loafing Dog, 208 East Chambers Street, Cleveland, Texas. Lunch, catering, or takeout, plus outdoor seating. Phone number is 817-556-1040.
This is Wilfred Brimley. And don't forget, Loafing Dog won't give you diabetes.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395. If you're trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581.
Out of deck carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they've got you covered.
You're listening to JoCo Community Radio.
I can't see anything on the back of it. He's gonna be like this all day. You should have worn a different shirt. You could add something on the back of your shirt or a hoodie. You need Devin's hoodie.
Good evening, everyone. This is No Judgment here, and I'm your host, Tish Ross. Tonight, you guys are in for a treat. We have the gentleman from ABI, Amputee Basketball Invigorated. ABI was co-founded by Roderick Green and Scott Odom. They are both amputee athletes who have accomplished many things in the sports world. With their close friendship and their hearts for wanting to help and serve other people in need, together they joined forces and created the nonprofit ABI. Their mission and goal with ABI is to reach people all over the world with a message of hope while serving and helping other people. ABI puts on charity basketball events where each event is helping someone directly in need with their medical expenses. Along with doing those events, they are out to spread a message of love, hope, and faith. Their mission with ABI is empowering people to develop, strengthen, and promote a relationship with Jesus Christ. Roderick and Scott will be the first to tell you that ABI is not about either one of them or anyone involved with ABI. It is all about bringing glory to God and helping other people. And I have to tell you guys, I'm super, super excited that you guys are here. Scott was on the show. It's been a while, but Scott was on the show sharing a little bit about his battle with cancer and how he lost his leg, and also how losing his leg, there's a picture and I love it, but losing his leg didn't stop his dreams. And while they may look a little different, obviously, than what you initially thought, you're still using what God has gifted you with to bless so many people, particularly kiddos with cancer. And pretty soon on March 26th, at Hughes Middle School, there is going to be a basketball game. It's just $10 for adults and $5 for students. But this particular game, ABI is playing for Henry, who is a local young boy. He is 8 years old and he is battling cancer. But before we go any further and we chat a little bit more about Henry and ABI and everything that entails, I want you to meet my guest. It's funny because I was just talking that last week I had a room full of women. We actually had 7 women in here, and tonight is a room full of men. We also have some guys online. Hey guys, can you guys hear me? Andy, can you hear me? And I can't hear you, Andy. I'm going to, let me see what I can do. Okay, hold on just a sec. And also Roderick's on as well. Roderick, can you hear me? Maybe, maybe not. Okay.
Hit the unmute button, guys.
All right, we're going to go around and I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves and tell me how you met Scott and what your role is in or with ABI and why. Why did you want to be a part of this nonprofit? So we'll start here to my right and we'll go around. Okay.
Yeah. So my name's Brad Mullins. I've known Scott for years. We grew up playing basketball together for, I don't know, 15 more years now.
Grease Prairie.
Yeah. Getting old. So I've been involved in ABI since the beginning, whenever him and Roderick started this, both amazing men. And, used to, I'd just go out and play basketball with them during the games, do whatever. He's like, hey, I'll play basketball with you. I love playing basketball. So that was initially what I did, was just play basketball with these guys. And then there was kind of a pivotal moment there where we switched, and I saw that, hey, I think I could bring more value doing more operational type things for ABI versus just playing, just because there's a level of growth for any type of my little bit of my background is in business and entrepreneurship. So I've started companies, and so you started out from the ground. You had to figure out how to take all these puzzle pieces and and put them together and make it show this picture. So I said, let me, if you don't mind, if I could help you, let me help you with the organization, the operational side of it. I think that's where I bring the best value and my skill set to the ABI organization. So I'm more involved in the operations, the organization, the setting this up, the that side of it. That's what I do. The why is why I do it is, like I said, I already talked about the men behind this. The 2 men behind are amazing men, God-fearing men. This organization is a Christ-centered organization. And like a nonprofit that's different than a business is you can truly see who is running this nonprofit where you're out there and you're involved with it. You're meeting the individuals that are connected to it. So the culture they have driven into this is amazing, as in it is all about the people we're trying to serve. That's who it's about. It's not about them. It's not about, us, like you already stated that earlier. It really is not. It is about the individuals you're trying to help. So when you're fighting this evilness of cancer, I have a close connection to that with my father from years ago, but then on top of that, now it's happening to children. And so your heart just fills for these kids that are going through this and their families that are going through this. So watching this, I don't know how you don't want to help whenever you go meet, these individuals, these young kids, and they have just such this brightness in them in their life. They have such a positive outlook. And you're like, man, I'm struggling over here because I got to go pay my water bill next week, and I'm irritated about that because it went up $10, and they're over here, battling cancer and still have this brightness about them. So, for me, the why is obviously helping these kids and just seeing that and impacting them. It's just such a blessing in my life and for my family. And so whatever we can do with our time and our resources to give to them is what we want to do. And another aspect that's different for ABI than another organization is I could go write a check to another organization and give money. But with ABI, it's local kids, it's local individuals and local families that we're helping in our community. So you actually get to see their story, follow their story. And it's just for me, it allows me to connect even more because they're just right here in our DFW area. So that on top of it is just another benefit. So
absolutely. And I love that you said that, knowing Scott, knowing the foundation, knowing Roderick, that 100% that all of the proceeds are going to the family. That this nonprofit doesn't hold anything back. They don't keep anything. They don't pay anybody. You don't get paid, because the beauty of it is the reason why these guys are doing it. The reason why you guys are doing it is to help this family. And we all know, maybe we all, even listeners, don't have a personal experience or relationship with someone that is going through cancer, but having cancer, dealing with it, the chemo, the radiation, the medications, the care, all of that, the cost to go through all of that is astronomical. And I am just so blessed to have you gentlemen here in studio and gentlemen on radio, sharing this. And my hope and my prayer is that everyone that is listening will learn a little bit more about what this organization, this nonprofit is about. And hopefully we can get people to help this child, Henry, who lives in Burleson with his family, and help other kids that are suffering with this horrific disease. Thank you so much, Brad. And we're going to move to your right.
I really don't know how you top that.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Derek Ripka. Pretty much, I met Scott.
Do you have to say the last name like that?
Yeah, with emphasis. All right, my people came here. No. So I actually met Scott through the Burleson Recreation Center. I worked there for like 4 or 5 years. And I would actually see Scott and another guy named Brian. They were both amputees. Well, obviously Scott is, but they would just come up there and play basketball. And that's how I met them. And then recently, like, I knew Scott had ABI. I know he did a bunch of different events. But I was like, I don't really like to serve that much. And actually Scott reached out.
Wait, when you say you don't really like to serve much, what do you mean? Like, you really don't like to help out?
That's not
volunteer.
true. What this guy does is even his daily job is his service. So
pretty much. Now, when I'm talking about like don't like to serve that much, I try to pick what I think is going to have the most impact.
Okay.
And if I feel like it maybe doesn't, I'm kind of like a back burner, and that's just on me. But I kind of knew Scott and what he was doing and how it was growing and stuff like that. And he actually reached out and said, "Hey, you're a funny guy." I was like, "Yeah, clearly." And he said, can you kind of do the announcing and kind of be the hype man for this event? And I was like, "Yeah, that's perfect. That's something I've always wanted to do." And to me, I'm kind of like, just outgoing. Like, I don't care what people think. I'm just trying to be funny and have fun. So the first event I thought went great. It was perfect. I mean, we got Brad here who definitely helped me out. And then he asked me to do this event. So I'm super excited to be on board.
And so you sort of MC the event and keep
I'm like
entertainment.
a glorified hype man.
Are you?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Well, I can see why Scott was led to ask you, because your host spirit and demeanor, it's very joy filled. And
well, thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been working on.
You're doing a good job. And so why say yes to? I mean, I know it's more than just having the opportunity to MC. So why say yes to ABI? And
well, one, obviously all the money goes to the person. And two, I work specifically with at-risk youth kids.
Okay.
And I kind of feel like those are the kids, they get looked down upon. And for me, kids don't have a choice what their circumstances. They're usually born into it, or whether they're born with cancer, they have cancer, etc. So I think Scott does a great job of just kind of promoting and trying to raise as much money as possible for those individuals. So
good deal.
I'm on board.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we're gonna move on around.
Worthy enough for you to serve us.
You chose wisely.
I have a meeting on the nose.
All right, you're up to bat.
All right, so my name's Devin. I'm one of the players for ABI, and I knew Scott, or I met Scott back in 2015 whenever I was going through chemotherapy for the same cancer, bone cancer. And my oncologist at the time put me in contact with him because I was getting ready for his surgery, or getting ready to have my amputation. And she brought him in as somebody I could connect to, and that's exactly what happened. Whenever he showed up, me and him shared the same interests, same competitive nature, and same saving attitude. So I've been knowing him since then. And when I was in treatment, him and Roderick hit me up to put together a benefit basketball game for me, because, like I said, at the time I was going through treatment. And to me, that was it meant so much to me to have somebody like him in my corner, somebody as I could relate to, as well as having somebody that wanted to help me.
Yeah.
So they put on a benefit game for me, and I got to be a part of my own game, which was very special. And then ever since, I've been playing with them as well, and helping other kids like myself,
sure,
who are went through cancer for medical bills. Because during my time in cancer, I lost a lot of friends that I felt like I couldn't help at the time. So this gives me the opportunity to serve a cause that's bigger than myself.
And you know what? That's even speaks volumes of this organization, in that it's not. Again, I mean, I know it's not about them, but it's also not just the medical expenses that they are helping or trying to help, and but that you said that you lost a lot of friends because of your cancer. Right. I mean, and then.
Well, I mean, when he says he lost friends, like they passed away, like really close to him. Yeah.
My goodness.
He had like 7 friends pass away within a year. Yeah, he went through a really rough year.
It would be like consecutively too. So 1 month, next month. And so,
yeah.
And so thank God, Scott, that you said yes to God calling you, because then you and, Devin were brought together, and you were able to support him. And how cool and awesome is it of you, Devin, to turn right back around and give back. You know, we pay it forward, hopefully. And the fact that you had someone that could support you emotionally, through the loss, that is so awesome. And so thank you for being a part of ABI. And so you're gonna be playing at this game coming up?
I'll be doing something like that.
Well, good. We look forward to it.
He calls it playing, but listen.
Just out there running around.
Yeah.
If you guys can't see, they're saying they have the quote signs, quote unquote, playing.
You'll see if you go. I'm joking.
Well, I'm so glad that you're here, and thank you for sharing. And Scott, tell us a little bit about yourself for people that didn't hear your story when you first came on. A little bit about yourself. And
can Roderick and Andy get on?
yeah, for sure. Roderick, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Gosh, I can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to let Scott go ahead and talk, and I'm going to text or message the producer what's going on so I can hear you. I can see you, and I can see that you can hear me. I can't hear you. Scott, go ahead. I'm going to while you're.
Cancer when I just missed. They've been like for a long time, and then I just had a passion. And I always wanted to be a professional athlete, and then of course after high school, that wasn't a reality, and so I wanted to still be active in the sports, and was always told just to play wheelchair basketball, but that never interested me because it's like, why did I learn how to run and jump and skip just to sit in a wheelchair? It just made no sense to me. So I tried for years and years and years to get stand-up basketball going, and I just finally put a video on YouTube, and that's how some amputees found me. And so we would go around the country, and that's actually how I met Roderick. We challenged his little group that he had in Oklahoma to a basketball game, and it was a competitive game. And there's a video clip on YouTube where I say it's a charge, but he'll say it's a foul, and we have this debate going on forever, if he can even hear me.
Oh, he's laughing right now.
Okay. Because he knows it's a charge. That's why he's laughing.
Nope, he said no.
But we had that game, and I knew of Roderick, like he's a Paralympic athlete, so he's the real deal. Like when people think of like a real athlete, it's Roderick. And if you see him in person, he's intimidating looking because he's so big, but he's probably a big teddy bear, and you know he's the sweetest guy, like a real nice guy, but he looks very scary, but he's the sweetest guy. And so we didn't really have a connection then because I was kind of intimidated by him because he was so big. And then when he ran over me, I was like, this dude doesn't like me. And so it was like maybe a month after that game, he actually called me. And when I picked up the phone, he's like, hey, this is Roderick. And I was like, oh man, he's about to just lay into me or something. And he was like, hey, I want to play with you. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, man, I kind of like what you're doing. And at this time, we were just going around playing competitive basketball. We would play in tournaments, 3-on-3 tournaments against able-bodied guys, basically just so that we could play. And this is around the time where I kind of met Brad because a friend of mine asked me to go play at this church. And at this time, I didn't go to church. I wasn't really a Christian. I just didn't have any exposure to it. And so when I meet Brad, we're playing at this really small church, Reese Prairie. And they take me in there, and it's carpet, and it's half court. And I was like, are we really going to play basketball? So we're playing, and I remember very vividly, and I don't even think I told Brad the story, but I remember we played for like a few hours, and it was kind of like an invite only. It wasn't just like an open gym. But we played for like an hour or two. But I'm used to playing like 3 or 4 hours, like nonstop, go. You know, when the games were in. So they stopped at an hour, like, all right, we're going to do a devotional, take a break. And I was like, I was ready to play. And then I learned what a devotional was, like Brad or Philip, who helps out at these events. They would give devotions, and they would play every Thursday. This was kind of my first exposure to like, the word. And then for it to be kind of incorporated with basketball, just really intriguing, kind of interesting. At the time, we were going playing with the circle. I was struggling. I was like, I just don't want to be playing basketball. I didn't do all this shit to play basketball. Brad is my favorite basketball. So when I left, Roderick left. I didn't think anybody was going to, but Roderick left when we created API, and then we've been going strong. We've been having a go.
Wow. Okay. So I'm actually right now. Roger, can you hear me?
Yes.
Did you guys give permission? Oh, yeah. Did you give permissions?
Can you hear me?
Like, hold on one second.
So we're trying to go through that. So for those that are listening and are going to be listening to the website, this event specifically 6 for Henry, and what's the best avenue for them to go on the website, Facebook, wherever it is, to find out about the event, what they can donate. We have silent raffles. It's going to be a fun event. So you want to kind of get inside.
Yeah, so it's going to be a cool event. We do have a Facebook. We don't have a following. I've just never been about. I mean, if it happens, great. On Facebook and Instagram, ABI Basketball or ABI, and then our website is ABI Sports. And if people ask, can we just donate straight? You know, whether they can or not, you can actually go on the website. There is a donation tab where you can donate. They'll ask you where you want your donation to go to. You can put anything, but honestly, any donation this month is just going to. So even if you don't donate, it's going to go to the next as we can for the family. Yeah, and our website, our information, and Facebook flyer, pathway help us a lot with the flyer. And help us. So I'm out all in Burleson. Yeah, we're just trying to get as many as we can. Hughes Middle School, 6, 5. This is why my brain is like,
You're probably
where is
just
it at? Yeah, so
in all seriousness, this event, I'm just go back to the events. It's a really fun event. So even if you have young kids to go out there and do raffles, Derek's over here going to go get the kids involved in some games, first quarter, second quarter, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. We're at the end of the day, we're trying to move regionally for free. So I'm telling you, I've been there. I've been the guy that's done nothing with other organizations. This is the most impactful. You directly see who you hear their story, you hear the family story, and it's a kid in the Knights community. So really encourage anybody. If you can make the game, at least get online or join the silent auction. There's some really cool stuff on the silent auction. I think there's like a giveaway for like a couple, kind of thing. Yeah, some fun stuff. And we're just really trying to raise as much as we can for Henry and his family. So, awesome, fun event. I'm looking forward to it. So
perfect. Okay, Roderick, can you hear me now? As it's frozen. We might have to have him call in. Andy, can you hear me? And some of the guests are saying that. Okay, let me see who this is. Oh, that's him, I think.
Yeah, can I just call the phone?
Yes, you can just call. Let me see what's happening here. Good evening, caller. You're on.
Hi, this is Roderick Green.
Hold on.
And
I'm sorry. Can you say who you are again? I'm sorry, I missed it. Oh, Roderick, how are you? I'm so glad. Okay, hold on one second, Roderick. Can you
that voice?
Let me look and see, because we've had some listeners say that it was kind of hard to hear other people speaking while. Okay, no, there you go. They said there you go. Okay, all right, Roderick. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell me a little bit about yourself, how you met Scott. Of course, Scott shared that just a bit ago, but a little bit about your ordeal with cancer, and then why ABI, why get involved in this organization. Go ahead.
Hi, so I'm Roderick Green, and I just want to straighten out from the beginning that it was a foul, and I'm just going to leave it at that. But no, my dad passed away from cancer, and I was introduced to Scott through that basketball game, and he kind of spoke to me a little bit. He was really quiet at the time, but gave me a little snippet of what he was trying to do with helping people through basketball, through sport. And, it wasn't a stand-up amputee basketball team at the time. And so after that game, had a couple actually dreams about it, and went to church, and I just thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I really want to join up with this guy. I was like, I don't really know him. I was like, he seems pretty cool. I trust him. And so I just gave him a call, and we've been friends ever since. And like he was saying earlier, we traveled around the country playing in different tournaments, but we just both we weren't fulfilled by what we were doing. We literally wanted to play basketball, use the game of basketball, use our gifts to help other people. And Scott's like the big motor of it. Like I said, I helped found it, but like I always give Scott credit. Scott puts in, work, blood, sweat, and tears, and I really appreciate, knowing him and having him and being able to like work beside him. But he was like, hey, I want to event here in Jones, Oklahoma, actually, right outside of Oklahoma City, and it's just been going ever since. You know, just to see Devin on there and to see like him just like turn around and start playing and giving back to other people. That's what it's about. That's what we wanted to do. Like have people help people and just keep paying it forward over and over again until everyone that possibly can see us and be blessed through the power of God of what we're doing to try to help others. And I hope that, you know, even when I'm gone and Scott's gone, that someone can still pick it up and, you know, even if it doesn't grow any bigger, but can still just help someone in their community through what we've started. And that's just what it's about, just continuing to help.
Well, and you know, as you were saying, when you're gone and when Scott's gone, everybody is pointing to Devin to take it over and to handle it. But you know, I mean, you can just. I was telling the guys earlier, we were sort of chatting about the show and whatnot, but we were going to a commercial break right fast. Roderick, hang on tight, okay? And then we'll come back and chat with you a little bit more, all right? Hey, you guys, we'll be right back in just a minute.
At Romika Designs, we're more than just a laser engraving and specialty design company. Much more. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs, and if you can dream it, we can probably make it. We can custom laser cut and engrave on nearly all material. Great for one-of-a-kind gifts, home decor, business and specialty items, or personalized and logo designs created just for you or your company. Allow us to become your go-to gift and specialty project partner. Romika Designs can help make your ideas a reality. We're ready to help you design and create that special gift for any occasion or engrave your personal or business logo on just about any product. View our designs at romikadesigns.com or simply email us with your ideas. We specialize in custom design and would be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@romikadesigns.com, or visit us on the web at romikadesigns.com.
When you're hungry for tender brisket or some delicious homemade cobbler, then look no further than Leach Brothers Barbecue, located at 1106 East Henderson, Cleveland, Texas. Leach Brothers has been family-owned and operated since 1950. Take it from me, Taco Joe Orwinski. Todd and his family have been filling my belly breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a long time. Heck, I even have my own booth, open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come see them for dine-in, carry-out, and all your catering needs.
Hey, there's something you forgot to do. It sure is hot. Are you sweating like a dog? Wait, what? Dogs don't sweat. Oh no, you forgot to get your window tinted. Whether it's the kitchen window that sits in the sun for the hottest part of the day, or you just got new wheels, call Sharp Window Tinting in Burleson. 817-615-9379, or look them up on the web, sharpwindowtint.com.
The voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
We're back. Sorry about that. Oh, man. Joco Community Radio is proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is live 365 days a year on the TuneIn Radio Network. To listen, go to tuneinjoco.com and download the free app. All of our shows can also be found on any one of your favorite podcast platforms, such as Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, and Spreaker. You can also find us on YouTube. Check out our lineup and more on jococommunityradio.com. Thanks for tuning in. This episode and more brought to you by Patriot Claims, making your insurance work for you. Reach out to your Texas sales rep, Nona Reed, at 844.tex.hail. That's 844-839-4245. Thank you, Patriot Claims, for sponsoring our radio program. So we, Brad is actually trying to merge the guys on to the radio line. And I'm so sorry about the technical difficulties. I apologize, but Roderick, Andy, we're trying to get you guys in.
I think I'm in.
I see Andy's still online, but
Is that Roger?
Yeah.
Here, let me
Roderick,
call
you're
Andy
still
online.
on.
Let me just call Andy online.
okay.
Yeah,
We're calling people on.
keeps freezing on me.
Roderick, can you hear us? Can I? Roderick, are you there?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, man, we got you on, okay?
Okay, I'm here.
All right. Sandy.
Okay, sorry guys. I'm so sorry for the silence. Like I'm sitting here trying to figure stuff out and not even talking on the radio
together.
Derek, entertain us. Do your job.
All right, so
It's a joke.
I apologize for the silence. Okay. I think we lost Roderick. I'm not sure, but Andy and Roderick, please call us back. Andy, I'm apologize to you for the technical difficulties. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but please introduce yourself. Let us know what your role is with ABI and why. Why ABI? Why do you want to be a part of this organization?
All right. Hey, fellas, what's up? How are y'all?
So,
Hey, Andy.
Who was this?
Hey, I do want to side with Scott that if anything Roderick does, it is always a charge.
Thank you.
Yeah, Roderick has sat on me during basketball games and claimed I fouled him. Anyway, I just want to thank you guys for having me on. Honored to be part of the ABI crew. I'm actually not part of ABI. I met Scott about 20 plus, gotta be close to 20 years. At a camp for cancer and blood disorders. And I am actually a teacher, and I founded a group that mentors at-risk youth. A lot of our boys at our school, they lack positive male role models, and I work with 3 or 4 really awesome men, and we saw the need to teach these boys how to be positive young males. And so we meet bi-weekly with them. We monitor the grades, we monitor the behavior. We bring in guest speakers. Scott has been a guest speaker of mine. We've had some really great speakers. We've had some poor speakers, but that's no matter there. But every year, what we do is we try to partner with them to put on a service project for our boys, so our boys understand that it's more about other people in need than what they need. And for the last 4 years, 4 or 5 years minus the pandemic, we put on a charity, either basketball game or a softball game, and where the kids partner up with ABI, and we totally put on the game. The kids do concessions. The kids play in the game. They clean up. There's greeters. They sell concessions. So the kids really understand how lucky they really are to not be dealing with such a devastating disease of cancer. So it kind of gives them a little perspective.
Absolutely. And Andy, can I ask you a quick question? Because I'm getting some comments on there is some echoing. Is your computer on mute by chance?
Is my computer what?
Is your computer speaker on mute?
No, let me go ahead and do that.
Okay. I just want to see if that helps. Okay.
Good deal.
We'll find out. We're just getting messages, and I apologize again that it is we've got some feedback and all that good stuff. But well, I just want to thank you for being that mentor for young boys, and for your role in, I know that you're not actually in ABI, but from what I understand, and Scott, you can elaborate, but that Andy has partnered with ABI to help obviously raise money for families of kids that have battled cancer.
Yeah, I mean, he's being modest, but he's been a huge, just like these guys here, but he's been a huge supporter, not only of this, but of me. And like he said, we've known each other 20 plus years. And so even when I wrote my first book, I had him look at it and get his feedback and all that stuff. And so anything I've ever done or any crazy idea, he's backed me 100%. And then when I told him I was doing this switching from the organization I had to go to ABI to do a nonprofit, I mean, you wouldn't believe, we get told no a lot. And we've even had one school district tell us they're not in the business of doing that, even though it was their own kid in their school district that had cancer. And so for Andy to be like, yeah, let's do it, and doesn't really care where the kid's from, doesn't have to be there, you know, part of their community. He wants to help out because he sees the value in it. And I truly appreciate that for him. And so even after an event, I mean, when we're cleaning up, he was like, all right, we got to start planning for next year. Like he really sees it. And so the days that I struggle, and because it is hard to put these events on because you never know if, like, we just didn't start getting auction items till yesterday, like this past weekend, and we're like 2 weeks out. So it was like stress and all that comes with it. But I'm very thankful for all these guys. And Andy's a big part. And I know he says he's not a part of ABI, but in my eyes, he really is, because we've done 4 events with him, and this is an elementary school. We've done 3 events. So we're about to do 4, but we've done 3 events with this elementary school, and these kids come out, their families come out, and we've raised $20,000 just with this elementary school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he does a lot, like with the events we do for him. He's busting his butt getting all these items and stuff. So, I mean, I'm just super thankful to have him, you know, not only support this, but in my friend, you know, in my life as a good friend.
Absolutely. Well, Andy, do you have any last words that you want to share before we let you go? Anything in terms of ABI and the organization, and obviously what it stands for and what they're going to be doing coming up in March, the end of March?
Yeah, I want to say thank you to the guys for having servant hearts, you know, and saying yes when they hear no a million times. And when you see the family of the child, when you give them a check, or when you give them a day that gives them a day to maybe even, you know, give them a reason just to forget for a moment they have cancer, it really makes it all worth it. I mean, we do have a game coming up with ABI, with Brad and with Derek and Deb and Rod, and we're going to be playing at the Rough Riders Stadium in Frisco. And I have some really good friends in high places that believe in what we do, and they offer their stadium without charge. I mean, they just said, look, we know a stadium, it's yours. And so we just worked out a day. I mean, you know, it's coming up April 30th. We are playing for a little girl named Adriana who heartbreakingly passed away 4 weeks ago. And so we are going to play for her family in memory of her, to celebrate her life, because she was a softball player. It's like soul food, you know, when we do this, you know, it feels so good to help other people. And I have 4 children myself, and I couldn't imagine going through that for my children. So I'm just happy to help, really.
Gosh, thank you so much. That was just so beautifully said. And, you know, I think with stadiums, with gymnasiums, as hard as it is, it really isn't, because God will always provide. God will always bring it together, always. And, you know, I pray for, a great turnout and just abundant blessings for Adriana's family. And if you're listening, I'm so sorry for your loss. But I want to thank you guys so much for coming on the air. And I apologize for that wait and for the technical difficulties. But Andy and Roderick, thank you guys so much for joining us. And I'm going to have Scott and the rest of these guys share a little bit more about Henry, who they're going to be playing for soon. So thank you for coming on, and thank you for sharing.
Sure. Thank you for having us. Hey, guys, we'll see y'all soon, man. Do your work.
Man. See ya. Thanks for the charge.
Bye, buddy.
So tell us a little bit about Henry.
So Henry, the way I heard about Henry was through his aunt, I believe, and hopefully if she's listening, she can correct me. But I've personally never met Henry yet in person. But I heard about him, I think it was last year, the year before. Cook puts on this neuroblast blast walk, I believe it is, for support neuroblastoma. So they asked me to be a part of his team last year for the walk, and unfortunately, I just couldn't do it because me and my wife are doing a lot of training to become foster parents. But I donated and made him a little video of the mascot and all that, and so I've kind of followed his story because I found they had a page of his story, and so I followed it. And I actually wanted to do this event last year, but again, we run into the struggle of trying to find a gym, and it can be a pain when you hear from these guys. It's obvious, like, we just want to do this. And so I didn't want to give up, and I didn't let her know that I was wanting to do this for him last year, and I didn't want to say it until I had a gym, because I made that mistake one time, and you kind of learn from your mistakes, like, don't put your foot in your mouth. And so once I had a gym, then I hit her up and I said, hey, I said, I'd like to do this for him, for you guys. You can say no. I've had some parents tell me no just because it's too emotional, it's too raw, and which I totally understand. But they said yes, and so he's going through neuroblastoma. It's a pretty rough cancer. I don't know much about it. Devin may know more. He's had friends, I think, that have had it.
Yeah. So from what I remember, the neuroblastoma affects the nervous system, so it's a very tough one to get rid of. And there was a kid I knew of back when I was in treatment that, unfortunately passed away due to that. So this event means a lot to me from that aspect. But yeah, it's one of those cancers where keep trying to chop away at it. Sometimes it comes back, and so it's a tough one. But he's got us in his corner as well. So,
and I think he got diagnosed when he was 6. And so I think he's been fighting this for 2 years, if I believe, or close to 2 years. And so he's a fighter. And then I usually like to do a video of the kid if I can, to kind of let them share their story, because I just think it's better coming from them if they can. And so just due to his treatment and the situation we're in already with COVID and all that, I just decided it'd be easier if I'd send them some questions and they record it on a phone. And then that way I didn't really have to, I just didn't want to take any chances, because I totally get, like, when you're going through treatment or anything, it's hard to be around people. Not that you don't want to be around people, but your immune system is so shot. Like, if you had a cold and I caught it, it's going to be 10 times worse for me. So his dad and him, it's just a really cute video. It's actually on YouTube. It's on our pages and all that. They share his story. And you can see when they're talking and sharing their story, like Brad was saying earlier, like, these are some of the most positive, joy-filled people you'll ever meet. And which, again, is the reason I want to keep doing this, because they inspire me. And so hearing about his story and, just how accustomed they've gotten to everything and just adapted to it, it's truly inspiring. So, which, again, makes me want to just, all right, guys, we got to do this. We got to make this a good event for them. And so I've learned that he's into superheroes. He's a big superhero guy. I think Spider-Man is his favorite one right now. If y'all have any issues with that, you can take it up with him. I learned today that he likes golf. He's getting into golf. So we may or may not have some surprises at the event for good old Henry and his family. But it's something that we try to learn as much as we can, because, again, we want to make this a fun event for them, but we want to make it all about them as well, and so I've even asked if some of the family wants to play in the events, and be on our team. We've had that happen before, because, again, this is just a night for them to let loose and have fun.
Absolutely.
Which is why, Derek's a great addition to this, because he roasts them with the best of them. And so and it's just a night where they can just let loose, have fun, and you'll be amazed, like, doing something activity wise or getting in that atmosphere like that, like kind of Andy was saying, just for a night, if we can give this family just some laughter, some relief, and if we can raise a lot of money from that, awesome. But it's really just to be there for them, support them, and just let them know that we're, like Devin said, we're there for them no matter what. Just like we did an event for Devin, I've tried to stay in contact as much as I can, and so we've built a friendship now. It's almost like a brotherhood, but it's something we've always tried to keep with the kids that we've played for, just to let them know, like, hey, we're not a one and done. See ya. We try to build that relationship. That way we can see them progress. And it's amazing to see these kids when we first met them to, the money that we did give them. Like the last event we did, the family was $6,000 short from getting her first prosthetic
Mm.
because they were having trouble with insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And God came through and we raised like 7,000.
Oh my goodness.
And I told the family, I was like, we didn't raise 6,000. And they were like, oh, I was like, we raised 7,000. They're like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it's pretty powerful stuff. And when I try to talk to people about it, I know a lot of, if they're not affected by cancer, it's like I'm talking to a wall, but I'm like, man, if you could just come to the event.
Yes.
Right, it'll be.
And that's the whole thing that I'm so glad that you said that, because it's unfortunate. And I think that's really one of the reasons, not all, but that I love for people to come on and share, and really why I wanted you guys to come on, because so many of us walk around, unfortunately, with blinders on. And like you said, if we're not affected directly by it, then we're kind of like, someone else will take care of it, or, that doesn't interest me or whatever. But this is why I wanted to have you guys on, because we may not be directly affected by a child's cancer, Henry's cancer, Adriana's cancer, but we can directly affect them by helping, by coming to support the family, by giving. And I'm going to put the YouTube video in the comments of Henry and his dad. I watched it earlier, and you're right. They are so positive. And man, his dad is amazing. The way he's just so positive about it. And that's definitely God just taking over and control. Because as parents, I can imagine that that's extremely difficult. I will also put the organization in the in my comments. It is abi.org. Is that correct? And so people can go directly.
ABI Sports.
ABI Sports.
Yeah. ABI was already taken from some electrical company or something.
Okay, got it.
We had to get creative.
Maybe wrote cease and desist.
Okay, and so what is it? What is it again?
ABI Sports. So, I mean, we're kind of dabbling into softball now, so it's like it kind of worked out.
Excellent.
So ABIsports.org. Yeah.
And they can go there and they can.
Yeah, there's a link at the top or a tab that says sponsor donate. And when they click on that, there's a donation button where they don't even have to put his name. Like I said, any donations we get this month, it's all going to go
Excellent.
to him. So.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so people don't have to search for Henry.
No, I mean, it'll ask you who it's going to, but I mean, you have to put something, but you don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Gotcha.
And obviously we love them. I mean, donate will take anything, obviously, but if we can get people to the game, that is just such an amazing event for those families. If you put yourself in that situation, they're sitting there and you can see these crowd of this community coming in, and they don't even know half these people, and just seeing that support. I mean, that is just an uplifting thing for those families, and for that kid to be able to see that. That's just another positive thing that's going to just help invigorate them and give them energy. Because on the video they're super positive and they're super joyful.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why they're that positive and that joyful. It's because they have to take every moment in life as a precious moment and continually live that way every single day, because they know what it is to how that could be taken away. So it's so fragile. They recognize that. So just, I know no is easy, and no is an easy thing to say. And it even can be uncomfortable going somewhere where you don't even know all these people, but we just please ask you to come to the event. If you can't, get online, look at donating. This is what it's about. It's about Henry. And I'm telling you, I've been there and I've been the one donating to organizations. I don't even know who's operating it. It's just, okay, here's this cause, but this is directly affecting a child that really is in need. And it's a tremendous blessing for whenever you go to these events and you see this happening, you will be blessed. I would guarantee you, if you bring your kids, that is even just another learning moment for them. And it's an awesome, fun family thing. I mean, you can go spend $70 for a family of 4 to go eat dinner, or you can come here and donate and give to a kid and still have a fun time with your family. So
yeah, and there'll be stuff like we try to make it fun. That's why Brad and Derek work so well together. It's a basketball game, but we personally take timeouts at certain times to do games with the crowd where you can, win a gift card or whatever. And we're going to have raffles where, shout out to the people that have helped me get raffles. Fresco's has given me a gift certificate. Fish City Grill is giving me one. Hot Works has donated some items. And Serendipity, I hope I'm saying that right. The ladies will kill me if I don't say that.
It is. It's
okay. Serendipity. Right,
and
cool.
Also the Little Gym of Southwest Fort Worth, they have donated a basket. I'm going to go pick that up tomorrow. Pink Chandelier Boutique in Burleson, they are also donating. We've had $100 donation come for the concession stand items, come from some people. Awesome. Of Pathway Church in Burleson. There have been some members there. Actually, one of the talk show host, Lori Moore, she actually donated some money as well for concession stand items. So there'll also be things that you can purchase there, and some other auction items that have been coming in too. I think there's another lady that is donating a basket full of gift cards. I mean, just gift cards to all over the place, which is going to be pretty
And shout
cool.
out to Andrew Dolan. He's donating his whole band for a 3-hour performance at an event, whatever, but except weddings, I believe. I think it's like parties or whatever.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a big. I thought he was just gonna give me like a little merch package. I was just expecting that, and then when I found out it was a whole performance, I was like, dude, like that's. So I was super grateful for that, and his wife's been helping me, and so we've got like a getaway at a B&B in Granbury and some other gift baskets for the ladies and stuff like that. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff that people hopefully gives them incentive to like, yeah, you can get something cool, but just know that whatever you're spending for that, it's going to this family. Like 100% of it is going to them.
Absolutely. And the game again is Saturday, March 26th. It's from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Hughes Middle School. And bring your kiddos. I mean, gosh, how much fun is that going to be to see you guys play, to have some activities that they can partake in and enjoy. And again, like you said, it's almost like you're pouring. I mean, obviously we pour into our children, but they are going to experience the gift of giving. And they're also going to experience the gift of receiving, because what a blessing it is going to be to be a part of this amazing event. And before we came on, there was something that Devin was going to share.
I'm not making him share. I think it's a pretty big deal.
You
so
are
like
making him share.
I am making him. So
Devin,
I mean,
we wanna know.
Devin's probably the most humblest guy I've ever met. Like he just as we were talking about it earlier, he was just like, yeah, it's cool, but like it's a big deal. So I've met him when he was 18. He's going through cancer. He's overcome that. He learned to walk on his prosthetic, run on his prosthetic, all this stuff. He's worked really hard, and then he's been going.
And
to
Devin,
school
you're going to be playing
forever.
too.
A little bit
playing, yeah.
Oh yeah, quote unquote playing, yeah.
But I don't want to. I want Devin to share it because it's a big deal, and I think just think it's really cool, and I think all of us are just really proud of him just because we've seen him. You know, bald head kid that we've met to now he's in this position of his life. I just think it's pretty cool.
Oh my goodness, we're so excited.
All right, so a long-term goal of mine, even before I got diagnosed with cancer, since high school, was to become a physical therapist, because I've just always had the passion to help others recover, whether it's from an injury or whatever, just to help them get back to where they want to be. And so found out today I got accepted into Oklahoma City University for physical therapy. So I get to continue to pursue my goals, and eventually would like to be able to work with pediatric oncology patients, because they were some of the biggest influences on my life as well whenever I was going through treatment. So
wow, congratulations. That
he's
is
being humble
so
too,
awesome.
because he didn't just get accepted to that one. He got accepted to 4 other schools. 2 other physical therapy schools, and 3 or 2 prosthetic schools.
So I got accepted into
This
3
is
prosthetic
crazy.
schools and then 2 physical therapy schools, because maybe at some point I would like to be able to work with prosthetics as well on top of physical
He looks
therapy.
like he's sleepy all the time. So I'm like, I guess you're just that smart. I just didn't know this.
Devin's writing equations on the wall.
No, I think it's really cool. I was really proud of him. I'm excited for him. So.
Absolutely. Gosh, congratulations. And thank you
thank
for
you.
sharing with us. And thank you for sharing your gift. I mean, again, I wish that everyone that was listening could be in my seat. I'm going to try to say this without getting emotional. Gosh. Help me. Because I can feel, Scott, what a blessing it is to have these gentlemen in your life, and vice versa. Because each one that I have had the honor to speak with, oh my goodness, are sitting right where and using the gifts that God has given them. And I can't wait to hear you, Derek.
No pressure, bud.
emceeing and keeping us all excited and in the game. And I can't wait to Devin watch you come and play, and Scott come and play. So Gosh, time flies when you're having fun. But you guys, please come Saturday, March 26th, 5 to 8 p.m. at Hughes Middle School. ABI is teaming up to play for Henry. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. You'll have a good night.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
Hey, travelers, do you want